Major changes are coming to Jacksonville State University.
Much colder temperatures headed to East Alabama for the weekend. We will have the complete weekend forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, I'm in Huntsville covering the AHSAA State Wrestling Tournament. We've got highlights and updates from the state tournament here in Huntsville. We also preview baseball, softball, and soccer matchups for tonight. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
I'm Hannah K. Edwards. Mike Stedham has the evening off.
State officials met in Jacksonville Thursday to share plans to make travel safer for students at Jacksonville State University. Schematics for two projects, one of which would alter Alabama 21 and the other of which would alter Alabama 204, were presented by the Alabama Department of Transportation in a 2-hour meeting inside the courtroom at the Jacksonville Public Safety Complex. The proposals include the addition of medians, traffic lights, and sidewalks on the portions of the roads that extend through campus.
The whole purpose of the project is to improve safety. ALDOT hired an engineering firm to do the study, and they presented that to ALDOT. ALDOT's presented it to the city and to the university and now to the public. And with the whole idea of making improvements as far as safety is concerned, I think it's turned out to be some good plans.
City officials, representatives from Jacksonville State University, public safety professionals, and even a few members of the public attended the event. Attendees were invited to observe the plans and submit recommendations for changes to the projects.
The purpose of this meeting today, though, is to get comments. ALDOT value information that we receive from the general public, from citizens and officials, to make sure that our design is adequate and meets the concerns that motorists and people who use these facilities have.
The proposed changes would impact the intersection of Alabama 21 and Alabama 204 and points extending north through the campus of JSU on Alabama 21 and west through the campus on Alabama 204.
We're going to look at those crossings where they currently exist and make sure that they meet the best design that we can have. We're also going to do things to try to encourage pedestrians to use those crossings where they are signed. And with all that involved, we want to make sure that the experience for the pedestrians on 21 is the best it can be.
Multiple JSU students have been struck by cars while crossing these roadways. In 2022, Leah Tarvin, a JSU student, was killed after being struck by a car on Highway 21. Tarvin's death was heavily covered by media outlets in Alabama and drew statewide attention to the crosswalk on Highway 21 near Brewer Hall. That crosswalk has since been outfitted with a traffic light, and the proposed changes are designed to reduce crashes involving pedestrians. If the plans are implemented as proposed, specific changes at that site will include the addition of posts that separate pedestrian and vehicle traffic, new grassy medians for pedestrians crossing the road, and narrower lanes to slow traffic at the site. The plan for the roads also incorporates proposed changes to an off-site campus, Jacksonville's Public Square. There, the plan calls for parking spaces to be removed around the greenway to make it easier for motorists to enter and exit the parking spaces that line the storefronts.
But a lot of students use that square, and they want to include it as part of the study. I think it's turned out to be some good plans. I have some concerns. We lose a few parking places, that's always a concern. But I think it does make it a lot safer for people that want to shop on the square, spend time on the square, in the park, or in the businesses, wherever. I think it's going to be, overall, it's a good project, I think.
Leonard says that the total cost for the projects is not known and will be divided between JSU and the State Transportation Department. He says the university secured a $1 million grant to fund changes on Alabama 21, and the Transportation Department plans to fund the portion of the project occurring on Alabama 204. The timeline for the projects is still developing, but DeJarvis says road work will begin on Alabama 204 within the next 12 months.
When we come back, a local elementary school helps students discover future career options.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
CE Hanna Elementary School hosted Tools of the Trade this morning to showcase what career paths are available to students through the Career Tech Academy at Oxford High School. Students this morning were allowed to pass through several stations that were staffed by the OHS students currently in the career path. April Livingston, the elementary career coach for Oxford, explains what Tools of the Trade purposes and how important it is for students' future career choices.
Tools of the Trade is an event for our 5th and 6th grade students here at CE Hanna as just an introduction to our career tech academies at Oxford High School. When they get to the 9th grade, they choose an academy, just something that they're interested in to take classes in, and we're just really trying to introduce our students to the academies as much as we can so that when they get to 9th grade they can make a good choice as to what they would like to choose as a pathway of study.
Students explored tech academies such as TV production, firefighting, healthcare, education, and graphic arts with hands-on activities to help students understand what the career does and how it works. School counselor Deshauna Hudson tells EAN News how the Oxford school system helps prepare students for the future.
I think Oxford does a wonderful job starting early on, all the way to our elementary, even our preschool students, to prepare our students, and I'm not just going to say students, our children for the future, and provide them with all these resources that, some places do not have. And I think, as I say, Oxford makes sure that we have the best of the best. They want our kids to be able to compete with the best of the best. And I've loved how the community is also involved in making sure that our students have what they need to be successful.
EAN also caught up with 2 students today to talk about what Tools of the Trade means to them.
I think this thing today is very good for the child's mind to think about what they're going to do in the future. For example, like business, to see if they want to be in the business career to run their own business one day.
My favorite part about this is me being able to pick out what I want to be, and it helps me choose what I want to be when I get older, and it also helps a lot of people especially with our education and stuff like that.
When we come back, a local bicycle club is asking for volunteers to help with a trail work project.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The Northeast Alabama Bicycle Club is asking for volunteers to help with a trail work project around the Wiggins Community Center in Anniston on Sunday. General trail work will be involved, so workers are asked to bring rakes, loppers, shovels, and any other trail tools. The group plans to meet at the community center and then walk the new trails and do the work.
Anniston's first free disposal weekend of the year starts today and continues tomorrow at collection centers in all 4 wards. The city will have dumpsters that can accommodate items too large for the residential garbage cans used for the weekly pickups. Hours of operation Saturday will be 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Disposal locations are the parking lot in Pelham Park, the Carver Center parking lot, the South Highland Center parking lot, and the Hodges Center parking lot. Several kinds of items will not be accepted, such as electronics, toxic waste, tires, paint, and appliances containing Freon.
Anniston's 44th Annual Heritage Day Festival will be Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Longleaf Event Center on Museum Drive. An opening ceremony will begin at 9:30, followed by the student oration competition from 10 until 2. At 1 o'clock, the festival will feature a performance by K.B. Solomon, and the winners of the oration competition will be announced at an awards ceremony at 2 o'clock. Those attending the festival may present their wristbands for free admission to Anniston Museum of Natural History and the Berman Museum. The school with the most participants wins a live animal presentation by the Anniston Museum of Natural History. On Sunday, the City of Jacksonville's Black History Month program will be held at the Jacksonville Community Center at 2 p.m. The program will feature music and a display of the art that local students have made for the scholarship competition and Jacksonville Arts Council art contest. Well, Hannah Kate, I am so excited to have you with me today. Hannah Kate is actually my daughter, and so it is a privilege to have her with me today. And you've got a big weekend plan going to D now.
Yes, ma'am.
You excited about that?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Will you be inside or outside most of the weekend?
Mostly inside.
Okay.
I hope.
Well, yes, you do hope, because I'm afraid we're going to have some changes in the weather. John Holder joins us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us what we can expect for the weekend.
Well, Anna, Kate, and Katie, for the weekend, we got a little bit of rainfall, but the big story will be the colder temperatures headed to East Alabama. We'll talk about how cold it's going to be next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Temperature-wise, it was a repeat of yesterday across East Alabama, but not sky-wise. Sunshine yesterday, but it was all clouds today. But the temperature remained the same, 68 for the high. Well above the average for this time of year. The morning low this morning, 44. That is also above the average for the latter half of February in Alabama. Record high temperature 79, the record low 11. The sunrise 6:26 on your Saturday morning, and we're setting the sun this evening at 5:28. Weather on your street for a Friday night. Emory Place in the Golden Springs area of Anniston, light rain. We're talking about maybe 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch tonight. That's about it. Not everyone will see rain, and that will be late tonight. That's probably going to be after midnight tonight. Then once that rain moves through, the temperature's bottoming out at about 38 degrees by early tomorrow morning. As we head into your Saturday, it is going to be vastly different than today. Temperatures about 20 degrees below where they have been the last couple of days. If you're on Hatcher Avenue in the southeast part of Jacksonville, right off Alabama Highway 21, get ready for clouds in the morning, slowly moving to sunshine by the afternoon, but the temperature's just not moving very much. Only 47 for the high tomorrow. So we go from about 9 degrees above the average to about 10 or 11 degrees below the average coming up on your Saturday. As we look at next week, we're going to have another big warm-up. We keep going from these cold temperatures to big warm-ups, and the same thing is going to happen. A cold weekend, but then a big warm-up beginning on Monday. Chickasaw Trail out in Ohatchee. We're going to see temperatures in the 60s every day next week beginning Monday, and we're probably going to see some low 70s as well before the week is done. You'll see that right here in our 7-day forecast. We are going to remain dry for about the next week after we get that small chance of rain in here tonight. Temperatures again way below the average for this time of year. Only 47 tomorrow, 53 on Sunday. Look at these morning lows Sunday morning and Monday morning for President's Day down to 27. But the big warm up begins on Monday. About a 35-degree jump in temperature from the morning low to the afternoon high, as we'll be back in the 60s at 61 degrees, low 60s again on Tuesday, and then get ready for the 70s. Yes, 70 degrees coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, a very small chance of rain on Thursday, much like what we're going to see tonight. It will be light and not a very wide coverage of the rainfall coming on Thursday, but that's our only chance of rain after tonight. Maybe a little bit of a cool down by next Friday, but not much. Temperatures, for the most part, going to remain above average after this weekend across East Alabama. This is going to show you exactly what we expect tomorrow. Dry in the northern half of the state, a little bit of rain as we move through the day down in south and central Alabama. As we move through the morning hours, the rainfall is going to continue to move to the south. But as you can see here for us in East Alabama, we do not expect any kind of rain during the daylight hours tomorrow. And look at these high temperatures. Again, widespread 40s, mid 40s, maybe some low 40s in some locations all across north and central Alabama. As we said, that is going to be way below the average and certainly way below what we have experienced this week across East Alabama. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. with your Saturday at a glance, and I'll be with you throughout the weekend as well. Sunday, the breakfast forecast, Monday, the breakfast forecast as well, right here on EAN. And I'll be back here Monday evening for EAN Local News with a complete look at the weather forecast for the week ahead on Monday evening. It is sports time now. Namath Pitts covering the state wrestling tournament in Huntsville. Namath.
Thanks, John. I'm in Huntsville at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Currently broadcasting from my hotel room right this moment, though, as we are covering the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Wrestling Tournament. It was a good day for East Alabama with a couple guys from our area clinching spots in the state championship matches that are set to take place tomorrow. We have some highlights from the semifinals, and we are going to start in Class 106. In Class 106, Carter Driver of Ranburne was victorious over Owen Burns from Asheville as Carter Driver clinched a spot in the state finals tomorrow. Also in 106, Kel Fulmer from Weaver was victorious by pin over Micah Woodman of Oak Grove as Kel Fulmer clinches a spot in the state championship. In the 120-pound weight class in Class 5A, Preston Jones fell to Roman Lozada, so Preston Jones falls to the consolation side. Also in the 126-pound weight class, Dalton Fink fell to Jaden Rouse as Dalton Fink falls to the consolation side. In the 144-pound weight class, Alston Mayfield of Cleveland County was victorious by pin over Miles Zukowski of St. James. Alston Mayfield will wrestle for a state championship tomorrow. In Class 5A, in 144-pound weight class, Caden DeLine fell to Josh Droskovic of Scottsboro, so Caden DeLine falls to the consolation side. In the 157-pound weight class in Class 1A through 4A, Caden Thornton fell to Elijah Thomas by pin, so Caden Thornton falls to the consolation side. In the 175-pound weight class, Zach Buchanan, he fell by pin to Leighton Pohl of New Hope, so Zach Buchanan falls to the consolation side. In the 215-pound weight class, Brennan Jolliffe lost by pin to Devin Bragg of Reeltown. As Devin Bragg moves on to the finals, Brennan Jolliffe falls to the consolation side. In the 285-pound weight class, Zayden Benefield of Ranburne was victorious by pin over Alejandro Hernandez as Zayden Benefield clinches a spot in the state finals. The consolation rounds are going on right now. Many wrestlers from East Alabama have clinched a spot on the podium, which means they're going to place and wrestle. All placement matches take place tomorrow. Currently, as of things stand right now after the semifinals, Asheville is in the lead with Weaver in second. Baseball season started this week, and there is no game bigger than one that's taking place tonight between the Oxford Yellow Jackets and Vestavia Hills Rebels. The Vestavia Hill Rebels are the defending Class 7A state champions. The Oxford Yellow Jackets are the defending Class 6A state champions, and the two teams meet tonight at Vestavia Hills. Oxford may have one of the toughest schedules out of any team in the state of Alabama when it comes to starting their season, and they are starting it in a strong way tonight when they face Vestavia Hills on the road at Vestavia Hills. That's the only baseball game tonight that involves a team here in East Alabama. There's only one softball game as well in East Alabama, and that involves the same team we just talked about, the Oxford Yellow Jackets. The Oxford Yellow Jackets softball team is on the road at Thompson today, where they're playing in a tournament. So they are going to play the Thompson Warriors, but they're also going to face Spain Park, Helena, and some other teams that are higher classifications. So the Oxford Yellow Jackets starting their softball season on the road at Thompson. Just like baseball and softball, there's only one soccer game tonight as well for East Alabama teams, and it includes the Oxford Yellow Jackets. So Oxford baseball, Oxford softball, and Oxford soccer are all playing today, I should say. And so tonight the soccer team is on the road at Douglas. The Oxford soccer team coming off a loss to Guntersville. They're back on the road tonight at Douglas as the Oxford Yellow Jackets are looking to get things back the right way. There's basketball also taking place tomorrow at Jacksonville State University as it's regional basketball that rolls into Monday. There's more baseball taking place this weekend. There's more softball taking place this weekend in soccer. But for me, I'll be covering the state championships here in Huntsville tomorrow. Again, as we have Kel Fulmer, Carter Driver, and a number of others that are wrestling for a state championship tomorrow. But other than that, that is it for EA and local sports. Let's go back over to Hannah, Kate, and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or our website. Just go to your favorite platform and you can watch our news, sports, and weather content whenever it's convenient for you.
We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.